And hello to all my friends. I'd like to welcome you in. My name is Scott Sagent. I'm here to do your free psychic tarot reading for October 2021. And before we get started on that, I need to take about 30 seconds to do a quick drawing here for the free readings I'm giving away on Facebook every single month. So make sure you follow that. The link is in the description. So we're giving away 10 free readings here. I'm going to draw some names. This is the You and Me Sweepstakes giveaway for October. We have 4 My Month winners and then 1 grand prize winner. So the My Month is a short and sweet little audio personalized file. It's a very popular product of mine. And these people will be winning that. We have Tracy L. and Tammy S. We also have Courtney S. and Ashley G. Laura A. and Monica C. Rhonda B. and Kelsey J. And then the grand prize winner for the 30-minute readings for the You and a Friend will be Esther M. and Mandy V. So congratulations to all 10 winners. You will be receiving those in the month of October. Again, please remember to follow the Facebook page and like the page so that you can be a part of future giveaways. And all these products are available on the website, scottsagent.com. And now back to your October reading. All right, Scorpio, they have dialed up a love spread for you this month in October. We're going to set it up like a storyline, which is a scatter shot across all the different Scorpios, so we should be able to get a story that is right for you in your love situation, your love corner, and love does expand out to family members, also close friends, pretty much anybody close to your heart. So it's not just your love relationships, but that will come up too. And we're going to conclude the reading. They wanted to do a health scrub for Scorpio, so we have a lot to deal with and to attend to. So we're going to get right into it. The cards are already shuffled. I do that ahead of time to save time. So now I'm going to bring you in so you can watch. Go ahead and hit the like button if you're ready to have a great October. And there we go. Yep. What I'm doing now are my ritual cuts. Basically cuts the deck into 3 different pieces, puts it back together in a separate order, and that satisfies the ritual aspect of tarot. And it's the same procedure as if you were here getting a private reading from me. So now we're ready to run. We're doing a love spread. Love spread for Scorpio. Here we go. I start storylines with 5 cards, and then I go out from there. I'm basically looking for facings. Somebody turning in to kind of wrap me up. Has not happened yet. We're still going. Oh boy, this is going to be a big one. There we go. There's our end. So there's my core group. Now we have to kind of separate this out, figure out what's going where. This is all together. Nope, this is all together. You separate, so there. Where do you go? You're going to be a standalone. I'll move all this into the screen to make sure that you can see it all in just a minute. Okay, so this one's going to be attached to here. So we're dealing with 4 stories. I know I kind of moved them around a little bit, but here's where we're at. I'm trying to get them so you can see them. There's our core 4. Now let me get more cards to describe what's going on, which there's going to be a lot. This one's not. This one's nice and easy. At least one of them's going to play nice. 2 cards here. 1, 2. Storyline spreads get so big, so fast. Move this over so I don't muck this up. Oh gosh, I have to get so many cards here. I don't know why I'm whispering. Okay, now 1 big Oracle Angel card for each. I'm going to adjust this and get this in the screen for you. I know this is a big mess. Big cluster. Oh, fun. How does that look? This can go here. probably about as good as we're going to get here. And then I'm going to attempt to show you the top of this, which is quite a lot of cards. Okay, that's the best I can do. We tried. All right, let's talk about it. Let's talk about it, Scorpio. Let's talk about it. Man, I don't think my table's ever been this full with 4 stories. It's really full. Really full. I'm going to start with the little one, story number 1 here, and just get it out of the way. It's a very interesting mix because story number 1 for love, they're talking about bad credit, and this could be money being spent in a bad way, not in a bad way or negative, but more just that you're not going to get back. You know, it's just money that you're spending that you're not going to get a return on. There is growth behind it, which is kind of an interesting mix. I'm not really sure what they mean by that because we go from bad credit to financial growth. So unless they're talking about energetically, I'm thinking this is more energetic than financial. Even though we have double pentacles, it's hard to deny that they're talking about money when we have double pentacles. But it's a love spread. I feel like this is more energetic. They're talking about bad to good, things improving. We have an unfinished symphony here. That's for the oracle card they're talking about. So there is unfinished business here. This is not wrapped up yet. So the whole thing, I've kind of talked my way into it, but it feels like a relationship that started rocky has been improving slowly. This is the growth card, so it's usually slow. It's like planting the seeds, waiting for the sprouts to emerge, and then the leaves, and then, you know what I mean? So it's a very slow grow. So that's what they're showing. So that's how this story number 1 for my Scorpios, if you're in this kind of a relationship with somebody and you know what I'm talking about, that's what they're talking about for your October, essentially. They're saying that there is still a lot to be done here. The growing is not done. There's still work to be done. You know, you have to tend to the fields. You have to keep watering the plant and, you know, nurturing it and all these things. So that's what they're talking about in story number 1. They just don't want you to feel, if this is you that I'm describing, they don't want you to feel like you come to a certain point and like now your job's done. They're saying that it's not the case. Like if you don't continue to nurture it, it's going to, I guess, fall back apart. Or, you know, and as far as a plant, if we're using like the plant metaphor, like the plant will die, you know, or the relationship will. So that's story number 1. Big one. Well, that was my small one. Now we go into the bigger ones. I'm just going to go here. Story number 2. Let's see where we begin. I have a dynamic between a man and a woman here that they're talking about in story number 2. There's a lot of busyness between the two of them. If that sounds like you, please listen a little bit closer because this could be what they're trying to say or the dynamic of your own that you're dealing with. The masculine figure, they're showing bad luck for him. So, you know, it's not necessarily his fault. It's just a bad situation, a bad circumstance, or something just happened that just, you know, he's got to deal with, or perhaps the female has to deal with by proxy or something like that. But they're bringing it up as bad luck. It's the Wheel of Fortune card inverted. It basically means bad luck. So it's just, you know, a freak occurrence. It's not anybody's fault. We have that the guy here is really concerned about what he's going to do about this, whatever the situation is I'm describing. He's really kind of beating himself up over it, or, you know, maybe not beating himself up over it, but it's really at the forefront of his mind. He's really thinking a lot about it, and he's and not in a beneficial way. He's almost kind of like dark about it. It's really how it feels. So I already mentioned that there's busyness in between the two of you. So find your rest and relaxation. That's going to be key because there is just so much busy going on, especially for the guy. The woman they show, I think she's more dealing with his busyness, or maybe his maybe OCD or compulsiveness, or just how he's always on the go or something like that, because they show her a lot more comfortable in regards to work, at least. And they show either easy money or easy work, so she doesn't have to... so I don't think she's the busy one, at least. Let's just put it that way. Now, over here we have imagine. So this is like imagine the possibilities, imagine what this can be. This is another kind of a challenging story for the love for my Scorpios, but this is something that I guess if you're on the female side of it, that you got to help your person through. If this is your person, if this is just somebody that you're more casual with, I guess you have to decide if this is something you want to deal with or not. If you're the guy in this relationship, this dynamic between two people, just know that whatever is bothering you and eating at your mind, like, it's going to be the same no matter what you end up doing with it. That's what the Two of Swords for me is. It's the dark side of your mind that you're just kind of almost like it's not even real, because at the end of the day it doesn't matter, and you're worrying about something that maybe didn't even happen yet. Very, very possible there. So keep that in mind. That's what I have for story number 2. A lot of stuff there. Pay attention to your dreams too. Anytime imagine comes up, it's a very dreamscape type vibe, energy. Pay attention to it. Big one there. That's going to be probably very specific. That's not going to apply to too many Scorpios. But if it's you, I mean, there's a lot there to digest and to, chew on. Let's go over here to story number 3. Here we have the Lover's card being blocked. We have an inaction. Okay, so it's blocked because of the inaction. I have to rearrange this a little bit here. I confused myself. All right, so we have an inaction in regards to the love. So we have a relationship that has either just stalled or stopped or taken a break or something like that. If that's you, that's what we're describing here. Here we have the Empress card inverted. That's divine feminine energy. It's coming in blocked, so there isn't any, or it's not flowing, it's not getting through. It's more rigid, rough, masculine energy. The divine feminine's not coming through. The female could also be upside down that I'm just describing in the situation. That's another reason it comes in blocked, is just because the female in the situation is just so not happy with it, not having it, not feeling it, whatever. There's 2 kids involved at least. I have 2 pages here that are looking at this or witnessing it, or at least entangled or involved in this situation. Doesn't mean there's not more than 2 kids. It just means that there's more than one kid, because I have 2. There's only so many page cards in the deck that I can pull. So it's multiple children that are involved here. There's a lot of confusion going on. I have the Y card, so this might not make sense to the woman that is dealing with this, or whatever the situation is that has caused the inaction in love. Very confusing times. And unfortunately, I don't have an answer to you for this either, because they didn't tell me. They're basically just talking about what's going on. They're telling a story. So this is it's very specific, but at the same time, it's very vague on the advice column. I don't really have a lot to say. But when the inaction is coming up, I view that as, if they wanted you to take action to change this, they would say so. So I pay attention to the things that they don't say just as much as I pay attention to what they do say. So they didn't say to take action in regards to love or to do something about this. They show inaction. So if that's the current situation, then they're talking about it. If it's an advice situation, then the advice would be to not take the action in regards to love right now. And what that action is going to depend, so greatly across the Scorpio spectrum. There's no point in me even speculating. It's going to be so different for everybody. There's so many Scorpios tuning into this. That Scorpio bubble is huge. This is a general reading. If you're looking for private personal messages pertaining specifically to you, I do offer those on my website, scottsagent.com. Now, before we get into story 4, which is my humongous one, I do want to tell you about the moon cycles, because that directly goes into some of these stories. And I always want to give you that moon cycle forecast, because it's so important to get things right in your life. Things just flow a whole lot easier if you line important events up to the moon cycles. Now in October, we have the new moon on in on October the 6th. That's the time when you want to bring something new into your life and manifest something new. Bring something new in, whether it's love, we're doing a love spread, or it's, something new with your work or something new with your health, whatever it is. The beginning of the month is a much better time to do that. And we have the full moon on October 20th. That's the garbage truck of the universe. That's when you want to get something out of your life, whether it's a person, whether it's physical something. Cleaning out a room, cleaning out a closet, doing a project, something you got to get out, could be emotional baggage. It could be habits, all that stuff. Much better placed toward the end of October. It doesn't have to be on the 20th, just anytime toward the end. Now, I've put together a moon cycle cheat sheet. That's a little reference guide, a little resource tool that you can use to help navigate through these changes. And it's absolutely free. I'm offering it on my website. All you have to do is sign up for the newsletter. You go to the bottom of my website, scottsagent.com, and you put in your email and your first name, and you send that off. I send you back your moon cycle cheat sheet, and that's good through the end of the year. It's not just good through October, so definitely take advantage of that. So there's your moon cycles. All right, so story 4. This is, thank goodness, we got some good news here on story 4. We have a very, very, very good outlook on some things here. There's a lot of moving parts here. It is not going to be in October, but this is starting to rear its head. This is a very good omen, a very good kind of premonition type thing of something coming. I have the Magician card. I have Ace of Cups blocked. That's new, overflowing love. It's not here yet. That's why it's blocked. We have the Hierophant, doing things the right way. Purifying things, taking care of your people, all those vibes. So they want you to do this the right way. That's the key to this. They also want you to be the one that's attracting what you want to attract. October is a good time to start manifesting this. I just talked about that in the moon cycles. Beginning of October, start clarifying your thought process, what it is you're looking for. If you're looking for love, even if you have love, you can still manifest things into your love and relationship. Love expands out to family and friends. You can improve your love situation. No matter how good you think it is, it can always get better. That's just how life is. We have milk and honey here. They're talking about how sweet this can be. I have the 5 of Pentacles inverted. If that was the other side up, it would mean bankrupt. It would mean empty. But the other way around, it's the opposite. So it's very fulfilled, very welcomed, very warm. So all that I described right there lies in potential. Now, it's interesting that they wanted to talk about that in October when they're also saying, but it's not in October. So it kind of makes me feel like you have to start doing the work here so that this can come later. This is like a precursor to something that comes in maybe November, December, maybe 2022. I'm not exactly sure, but it's starting to come up now. We have death, the new beginning. This does not mean physical death. I usually read death as a great thing because it's a complete new, clean slate, completely brand new. We have going on the offensive with the 7 of Wands inverted. It means don't be defensive. Don't sit back. Go after what you want. It goes back to the Magician, the manifesting. Manifest what you want. They have being tied down here, the 10 of Swords, and a lot of other spreads. This would be a very bad thing. But when it comes to love, if you want a relationship, you want to be tied down. That's a good thing. So I'm getting a little excited here, but this is, you can see where this is going. This is all following a pattern here. Now we get to the end. We have a lack of authority from a guy. If this is you and you are a man, you need to go to war for this. You need to start, they basically say go to war. Get over this whole things need to be easy and just drop on my doorstep mentality. You can't do that. You have to set yourself up for success. They show it as a man doing this. Females are just as capable of being lackadaisical with this, but they do describe it as a man. Doesn't necessarily have to be one, but men do get lazy with this kind of stuff. So anyway, they're basically saying you need to take authority over this. You need to decide. You need to start the process. This is kind of the last thing. It's just deciding what you want. And then be willing to do the work. You know, it's meeting somebody and getting to know somebody is a process. It's not instant. You know, like this is not an instant gratification thing whatsoever. But it all looks very good. It's just not in October. So anyway, I have to leave that alone where it is. I've already said enough. Very interesting one there. I don't get to read stories like that very often, so I got a little into it. So anyway, that was fun. All right, let's get into your health scrub, shall we? I'm going to make some room. I'm actually going to reshuffle, so I'm going to cut you out so you don't have to sit through while I do that, and I will be right back. Okay, I'm back, and just to add to what I just said, because something just occurred to me while I was shuffling, I get this question from especially from women all the time. Will I ever meet my soulmate? When will I meet my soulmate? This kind of stuff. And my question is always, well, what are you doing about it to try to? Like, what are you doing about it? And a lot of times they're not doing anything about it. So you have to think about what it is, or where you're going to attract this person at, or what kind of activities you could do to meet the kind of person that you're trying to meet. You know, like literally, like I said in that spread, they usually don't just ring your doorbell. You know, meeting at the grocery store, sure, it's possible, probably not the most likely. So really really kind of brainstorm if that's something you're trying to do, you know, ideas and how you can do it. Because you have to, like I said, put yourself out there. You have to do the work. And October is that time. I don't want you to miss on it. That's the only reason I'm beating you up over it. All right, so anyway, on to your health spread. We're doing the ritual cuts right now. Put it back together. And then we go top to bottom, health. Scorpio. Anybody riding a bicycle or a motorcycle or anything like that would be wise to wear a helmet. I do have the top of the head possibly moving downwards on other people, so it makes me feel like flipping or something like that, or even any kind of extreme sports or extreme activities. Just be really careful about the top of your head. Definitely wear a helmet if you're, like I said, a rider or something like that. You know, it's not likely, but it's showing moving in a downward direction, so it makes me feel like I have to at least say something about it. You know, I'm not super concerned about it, but you know, just got to say it. We have really good on like your core of your face. You know, that's showing really good. A lot of new health there. So I don't know what you guys have done to fix some of those things. Maybe some of you have gotten glasses or your hearing fixed or checked or something like that. But that's showing actually really good. Or even, you know, like dentistry can sometimes fall into that. Some dental work. More authority is needed on 3, which is your throat area. So that anytime that comes up, the first thing I always think of is smoking. You know, just basically it's the King of Swords inverted, the way that they're describing it to me. So again, I'm not super concerned about it, but they're saying be authoritative over making up your mind. Let's just leave it there. Number 4. A lot of you are very, very one-track heart here. And I'm trying to talk myself through the language of what they're trying to say. For anybody going through something with their heart, Scorpio, for health, for October, there's really one solution, okay? This is super specific. It's probably only for one person, but it's for that person. So I have to say it. There's only one solution here. There is no alternative. So keep that in mind. As we move lower, upper stomach, they show bad luck. So that could be some kind of virus or sickness or something that occurs to your upper kind of stomach area, or even a physical injury can happen there, but it's bad luck. So it's a freak thing. It's not forever or anything like that. And then your root chakra shows really good as far as you making it what you want it to be. It's almost, well, it's more than just free will. I was going to say free will, but it's more momentum to it. So you can kind of do your arms and your legs, and it makes me feel like getting stronger is what it makes me feel like. So a lot of you, October would be a good month to start getting stronger, start building endurance, strength, all those kind of things. Your root chakra, or your bottom of this, number 7 for me, is your arms, your legs, your extremities, your feet, your hands. So it's getting stronger in those areas, whatever it is for you. So very good time to do that if that's what you're trying to do in October. Very good window of opportunity to do such a thing. So that is going to conclude our entire spread. I know that was a lot. Please remember to like and subscribe so you see future videos. And that's going to wrap us up here. Please tell a friend, and I will see you all in November.